Hey everybody, what's going on? We're back with another account takeover here on Jerry. I guess it's Jerivera. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Jerry's account. I'm gonna call you Jerry from here on out. Quick thank you too. I had no idea the amount of people that I was gonna get wanting account takeovers after that last video. I figured there would be a few, and I even figured there would be a lot. I had no idea the amount of people that were gonna reach out to me. So if you've reached out to me and have not heard back from me, I am not ignoring you on purpose. There are just a lot of people for me to get back to on top of everything else. So I am still trying to figure out the best way to sort all this out and move forward in the best way, choosing accounts. I don't know that I can keep up with the first come, first serve type thing. So what I may end up doing is if you message me, I will put your name in a hat, and at the end of every account takeover, I'll draw a new name out of the hat, and that'll be who I get in touch with for the next video. That is an idea I'm playing around with. I don't really know, but emails, Facebook messages, Discord DMs, from every angle, I'm just getting bombarded, which is amazing. I think that is awesome, and I appreciate it. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. Just understand that if I don't get back to you, it is not that I'm ignoring you intentionally. It's just there's a lot for me to go over. So wanted to get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at this account. He is level 48. I don't know that I should even say he. They are level 48. Newer account. Now I have peeked around a little bit just to get an idea of what I'm looking at. We're not working on an unkillable clan boss team. We're just kind of working on general organization, optimization, and then progression. You know, it's a level 48 account, a little newer in the game. When you see the pulls on this account, you are going to lose your mind. I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on in here. Look at this stuff. Level 48. Bellower, Alton, Venus, got the Cold Heart, Skull Crusher, Rosin, Shiramani, Longbeard, Molly, Duchess, Cupidus. All the desired epics, Shazar, that's Mountain King, isn't it? Mountain King, Krisk. This is insanity. This is insanity going on here. And then that's not even, we haven't even been in the vault yet. So what's going on here, is they have expressed to me that they know that they probably have some good champs. They're just feeling like they don't really know what to do. Not real sure how to progress. Just kind of wants to get everything optimized. So what I think we're dealing with here, and I actually am going to make a video on this topic soon. What we're dealing with here, I think, is having too much to do at once. Trying to spread yourself too thin and doing too many things at once. And that is hard to combat anyway. In this situation with this account, it is exponentially harder because there's no way to keep pulling all these legendaries and still be focused on one or two things. You're going to have a desire to put all these champions that you're pulling to work. So I think what we have here is just everything getting spread too thin. So I think what we need to do is reel back, put together a core set of champions that are really diverse that we can use in a lot of different places and see if we can't make a little progress across the game with this core group of champions. So for example, someone like Venus is a great candidate for this. She's a very diverse champ. It's easy to make her tanky. She's got AoE defense break and weaken. She's got AoE HP burn. She's got first turn poisons. She's pretty much nowhere in the game you can't take her and she's going to be useful. She's great in arena. She's great in all the dungeons. She can be used in clan boss pretty effectively. So she's an example of a champ that is really diverse that we would want to get built well, and she's going to serve us greatly across the game, right? So that's kind of what we're looking for as we go through and check out these champs. So Tay-Rail, did I see a Tay-Rail or was I thought I saw a Tay-Rail, maybe I did not. Tay-Rail would be another, man, look at all these champions, that is just absurd. Okay, maybe I didn't see a Tay-Rail, maybe I was confusing Royal Guard's face for a Tay-Rail's face. Okay, that is certainly okay. We will make do without a Tay-Rail. Again, unless I'm just blind. Looks like, okay. Yeah, okay, so no Tay-Rail. again, not a big deal. We will make it work. Now, Kale is already 6-starred and ready to go, and he's another example of a champ that's pretty diverse. He's got poisons, he's got AoE damage, he's got some turn meter stuff going on here. So he's pretty nice, and again, he's already built, got a little bit of masteries. So Kale might be an example of someone we'll use. Now, the Bellower here, this Bellower can farm Brutal 12-3. I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess with your farmer. If you've got your farmer and they're doing it reliably, I'm just going to leave them alone. I think that that's important. You've got a pretty fast farmer, so you need to be making food. That needs to be part of your regular routine because you have a few months worth of food to make for these champions. I mean, you've got a lot to do here. There's a lot of champions to get built, so be making food, make that part of the routine, but again, don't get consumed with it because 6-starring all these champs is not necessarily the top priority. You do want to make sure you're building the right champs and doing things that are going to kind of optimize your progression. So let's keep looking at. While I'm thinking about the other champs, Stickgummit, I don't know how often y'all do that, but I'll be trying to click something and I'll move my mouse a little too much and click the border and then just drag the window all the way over. Let's go ahead and be thinking about Venus. Now, looking through the gear that you have on your champions, there's a general idea. You have the general idea. I think maybe the only thing is that you are not you're not appreciating speed, how important speed is, but you do have the general idea. You know, you've got defense percentage on the right champs, you've got attack stats on the right champs. So as far as general idea of how to gear someone, what you're looking for, you've got the right idea. Now, I don't know that there's a ton of gear in this account to work on. You are maxed out on artifacts, and there's a lot of stuff to sell. So one thing I'm gonna suggest that you do moving forward is pretend 100% pretend like 2-star artifacts don't exist. For example, on the Bellower here, we've got 1-star boots. On Kale, we've got 2-star boots. 2-star gear doesn't exist anymore. Sell it regardless of what's on it. I know that it seems like you should probably do that with 3-star gear too because of what this looks like, but the account is not actually as far as it looks like it is right now. So 3-star speed boots you can keep. Everything else 3-star I'd say get rid of, okay? But you really want to start only really trying to take 4-star and up, and there is going to come a time shortly where you're going to also stop keeping 4-star gear unless it's speed boots, and then eventually you'll stop keeping those as well. But like 1-star boots, 2-star, stuff like that, you know, they're not doing a ton. So let's take a look through the gear actually and see what we can do. And again, like this stuff right here, like sure, it could roll a certain way, but 1, you need the room, 2, the silver would be nice. So like, I'm not gonna sell a bunch of your gear, but a good handful of these we can get rid of just to open up some room and get a little bit more space in here for you to do some farming. You know what I mean? So let's just poke around. Like those can go. Anything flat stat we can get rid of 100%. On gloves and armor, because even if it rolled a speed substat, it's going to be a minimum roll. It's not going to be that impactful. You know, it's not like it's a legendary item that could potentially roll a bunch of speed. So like here we've got a bunch of armor. So all the 2-star armors are just gone. That's just by default what's happening. And then like accuracy can go, flat HP can go. We'll keep the HP percentage, flat defense, flat HP, flat attack. Now see, there's a little bit of speed on that, so we can keep that around because I think we are going to try to build a turn booster. And that potentially could give us some stats. But this is an important thing to do, is to try to stay on top of your gear. We'll let you keep that 5-star accuracy just in case you want it for something, but you want to try to stay on top of your gear like this because it gets out of hand really quick. As you can see, your artifact storage is maxed, and it gets really annoying. I can't speak for everybody. It gets really annoying for me to have to go through and clean out artifact storage, so I try to stay on top of it. So like all those can go. So just like that, we've cleared out over 50 spots. We've gotten a little bit of silver. So come through and do that. Now, I'm not gonna clean out your whole storage, but you get the, like all these shields right here, I mean, that's a ton. I can tell where you've been farming. It's a lot of shields that you can go through and get rid of and open up space and get a bunch of silver, okay? And for example, did we have any attack percentage boots? See, like these could go on Bellower to replace the 1-star boots, make him just hit that much harder, right? Because the 1% crit rate, so I mean, even I think at 12, these would replace them. Then you can get rid of the 1-star boots on him. Which, you know, again, if he's working, you don't really need to worry about changing him. But if you can, then 1-star gear, it's just not really serving much of a purpose, if that makes sense. So, on one hand, I guess we can leave him alone and maybe save these boots for someone else. I do still want to roll him to 12, though, just to see. I can't believe how many rolls these 3-star boots are taking to get to 12. There you go. So they're at 19% right now, so you would have to max them. I'm not gonna max them to replace the 21% here. You don't want to spend a bunch of silver maxing super low artifacts. But again, let's move back to Venus. Bellower's fine, he can farm. I don't really need to change Bellower. You don't really need to use him anywhere else. So right now, not that he's not usable, but we don't need to use him anywhere else. So let's look at Venus and see what we can do with her. Accuracy's good on her. The speed is just too low. So if we have better speed boots, actually the speed, you do have speed boots. HP percentage, HP percentage. Are there any better versions of that anywhere? Like I said, you have the idea. You're doing a lot of things right here. I think you might just be spreading yourself too thin, but like, short of maybe some of this stuff being better with a speed set, because she doesn't necessarily need a ton of accuracy for the lower level dungeons. So like if we had some decent speed gloves that would roll some accuracy, that had HP percentage on them, for example, or maybe some armor. There's so much gear to filter through here. That the flat stat gear. Like that's a nice shield. There's just not really anything else that pairs that well with it without sacrificing something. But we want more speed on her, definitely. We definitely want some more speed on her. Is there anybody that can help with that? Haikatoon has a good speed lead. I've never really, I just want to look at her. She's one of my most desired champs. So let's see, she decreases damage taken from bosses. Or from enemies in general. She's got a good revive with a veil. Continuous heal on everybody. Increase attack and block debuffs on everybody when she's ascended. Perfect veil on everyone else. I think she's not a bad option as far as being safe. And she's got a speed lead everywhere. So if we're talking about building safe teams, we might go her as lead. Venus is going to be part of that team for the support, the AoE defense break. Now we can start thinking about a little bit of damage. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have some heals in there as well. So, like a Gourd, for example. Got a little bit of heals. He's got, there's another revive for more insurance. He does have a buff strip. He's got the attack buff. There may be a more optimal setup though. Let's look around. Miscreated Monsters is really, really good. He's got a lot of crowd control, a lot of support for the team. He might not be a bad option, again, if we're speaking for the sake of safety. She has AoE freeze, right? AoE freeze, heals one ally and all other allies, and continuous heal. Man, she's a good option too, actually. So we've got a lot of control here. So like if we go Duchess lead with Venus, we can go Shiramani. We can go Miscreated Monster. And that might open us up to throw someone in there like a Royal Guard that could do some wave damage for us. Cupidus, I think also, he's got an AoE there. 3 times at random with an HP burn. 50% HP burn all enemies that kills an enemy. Only available when Venus is on the same team. But he does have a Venus. He's got the Venus Cupidus combo, I just realized. Again, I keep saying he. I don't know that it's a he. I think I want to do that. I think I want to do like Duchess, Cupidus, Venus, Miscreated Monster, Shiramani. I think that's a pretty decent team that should be relatively safe and also somewhat fast. I think that's not really a bad idea. And we want, let's see, she's at 140. Where's she at? So Venus is faster there, Shiramani. Then we got Cupidus. We got Miscreated Monster, and her we need to build. So the speed's fine on those two. Who's got the higher base? Yeah. So they're good. I think they're good. If we've got a HP amulet we can throw on her, or defense, either one. There's HP with accuracy. There's defense with accuracy. Okay, we'll roll those in a second and see what we get. I can't believe you've got the Venus Cupidus combo. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. That's crazy. Alright, let me look at his skills again. AoE, increase damage as the target has debuffs, and so that's 40% more damage if they have debuffs up. And he's got HP burns. Man, that's bonkers. Alright. So let's look for some speed here. We do have a little bit of speed there. We could probably take those to 12 and it would be okay. So let's complete the set. What are we looking for here? We want some accuracy to land the HP burns, of course. So we could do that. There's a little crit rate there. I don't know that... We're going to go crit rate on the gloves. I think we're at a point where we can try to go crit rate on the gloves. That's a great helmet. That's a good weapon. That's a good shield. So, why don't we put these gloves on instead that have accuracy and attack. And then for the armor, do we have any attack percentage armor? That'd be pretty convenient. Flat attack, flat HP, attack percentage right there. Alright, so that's going to be the build. You know, we may not even need to make him that much faster, because he's at 142. Or we need to make Venus faster. That'll be the alternative. Because we definitely want Venus going before Cupidus. That's a given. And she's got 107, and he's got 107. So she needs to be outright faster than Cupidus. So we'll have to come back and fix that. Which, losing 8 speed, if we've got attack percentage speed boots, we could get away without the speed boots for now. And there they are. We can get away with that. Now Venus is faster. And we haven't even rolled the gear yet. So that'll work. Now, Shiramani. Shiramani is good already. Miscreated Monster is who I wanted to look at. What do we have for him? Now, we know we want him to have some accuracy. And what else do we have at our disposal here? I'm going to have to sell some of these. Sorry. Got to get these out of the way. I'm going to be doing a lot of scrolling back and forth here. I'm just going to kind of burn through a bunch of them. You're not really going to be using destroy sets anyway, to be honest. And we are going to need the silver. So I'll stop there. 350,000 just from destroy shields. Crazy. Frost would be, yeah. A stun set? Is there no stun gear, or did I just overlook it? There may be no stun gear right now. That's okay. What do we have going on in here? Yeah. I mean, we can keep it pretty basic if we have to. We can go HP, we can go life. Because he's an HP champ. Damage does scale off HP. Yeah, we can just go HP. So like there's those. I mean, we could just go whatever there. And then like, do we have... That's a decent helmet for him. That's a good shield. That's a good helmet. I'll tell you what, why don't we throw these on him? And this will give us an idea of where we need to look. I don't think there were any 4-star speed, so we could go... I mean, we technically can go defense on the chest, but I would prefer not to do that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest about it. And we ain't scared to go with a broken set. Keep that in mind. We can go a broken set for sure. Gotta be some HP percentage armor hiding in here somewhere. There's gotta be. There's defense. We could put him on a stalwart set. Oh, those are flat though. Alright, let's see. What can we do here? What's gonna be fun on him? We got a lot of relentless gear we can look at. No speed boots though. I would like speed boots on him, if it's at all doable. So there's those, and there's those. Maybe we can get lucky again? Okay, there's those, and then a weapon. I think we could probably go immortal sets on him. Bam. Bam. Get that HP way up there. There's 3-star with it, yeah. Bam. And... do any of these have any accuracy to hit? A little bit in the armor. So not a ton of accuracy, but I think that's still gonna be okay. Because again, you don't need super high accuracy for the lower dungeons, and we are not trying to clear 20 right now or anything like that. So that's the gear we're gonna put on him. Let's see if there's a ring. There's an HP ring with defense. So we'll roll a couple of these rings and choose one. And then I'm gonna throw the gear on Duchess, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll the gear and I'm gonna skip through that because that's very time consuming. Then we'll come back and review how everything rolled, and then we'll take this team into the dungeons and see. So let's go ahead and throw some gear on her. Now again, we kind of want the same setup with her. We just want her to be fast and tanky because that's all. She's here for the speed lead and she's here for the support, and we want to make sure she stays around so that if anyone dies, she's around to bring them back. So the tankier we can make her, the better. So we're definitely looking for some speed boots, but not divine... Wait, divine speed. For some reason I thought it was divine crit rate. Divine speed actually is not a bad idea. And there's a little bit more speed there. Now these are going to be very tiny, tiny rolls, but we'll take what we can get. If we can hit... I mean, we're potentially looking at 8 speed here. but we didn't get one. Can we get another one? Can we get 5 speed in the substats on this one? That would be pretty helpful. Still doing well too, over 15 million. Boy, that stings. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and say that one doesn't sting a little bit. We can't touch a speed sub. Okay, we may just have to suck it up and go with the shield or the weapon. So let's remember that the boots and then potentially the shield or weapon. And let's take a look at what we have in the speed set here. So there's defense. We don't need that though. There's HP. There's speed and resistance. That could be pretty nice, which means we could go with the weapon there on her from divine speed. And then so that would be boots, weapon from divine speed. That would be shield. And then I guess we would have to go with this helmet because we don't have anything else we want to use. Which leaves armor and gloves open for something else. Which could be a variety of things, but I would like it to be somewhat appropriate. There's defense. I don't want to go double defense. I'd be willing to go defense on one of the pieces. I don't want defense on both of them. Because if she gets defense broken, she'll be in trouble. So I want HP percentage on one of them. And it seems like we have a lot more gloves at our disposal. So I may go defense percentage on the armor. Because I bet you there's some HP percentage gloves. So let's do this and get a look at it. Will you just look at it, sir? There's that. There's that. And then there's do I want the HP or do I want the speed? I probably want the speed. I probably want the speed. Although I may want the HP. We'll think about it. And then... Man, I wish these were HP percentage. We could look to take them off of someone else if someone else happens to be wearing some. That is also an option. Because like I said, if we can narrow down a little bit everybody that's getting used, that would not be the worst thing in the world. So like here, these. We're gonna give these to Duchess. I think I want Duchess to have these. So she can have the defense armor and the HP gloves in the HP set. And I think that will be okay. So let's put these on. And now, is there a ring? We may have to roll a couple of rings. That's not a bad ring. That's not a bad one either. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go through and roll everybody's artifacts, probably up to 12. I think that's gonna be safe. We'll come back and review them, and then we'll take them into a couple dungeons and see how they do. So we'll be back in a second. Real quick, I realized I forgot to rework Shiramani. I glanced at her, but I didn't realize that these two pieces especially were not so hot for her. I don't know that I went and clicked through all her gear. So let's see if there's anything we can put on her that'll... Like, we can put some defense on her, which I'm trying to avoid, but I am running low on HP percentage armors. And I would like to get a little more accuracy on her. So we may be forced to do that. Now, it's also a shame that none of those have any accuracy in the substats, but getting 40 accuracy at this point in the game between two other artifacts is kind of difficult. So that makes completing an accuracy set kind of necessary. Now the alternative, of course, is we can go accuracy on the actual chest plate. But then we would really want to make sure we had some good gloves on as far as tank stats go. And if she loses a little speed over it, that would not be the end of the world. But we do kind of want to have some accuracy on her. By the way, I had to open my window. I know that it's annoying. It's New York City. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm hot, so I had to open it up. Now see, like there's a little speed there, but then that leaves us defense percentage gloves. That's the problem. We're running really low on HP percentage armors. But those are decent looking. Like we've got a lot of accuracy armors around, but look, we could go with an immortal set. There's accuracy on the armor. There's defense with some speed and accuracy. So again, it's not ideal, but it may just have to be done. You know what I mean? And I mean, hopefully with the team that we have around her, it won't matter too much. Now, alternatively, we couldn't just make her tankier so that she's around for the support. So we could do something like this. I think I want to do that. I don't think I want to go accuracy on the chest plate. I don't really like to do that, to be honest. There's accuracy there. I think we're going to do that. So we lost a little bit of speed, but it is not that big of a deal. Now the boots. Actually, I don't want to use 2-star. But again, speed boots and HP percentage armor, we are running low on. We don't have a ton of options. Stalwart set. We could just steal those and go with a broken set. We don't need her to be super fast, though, regardless. This is a little bit of a predicament. We may end up breaking up another speed set, honestly. What is her first skill? Attacks 3 times at random. She's not a terrible candidate for a retaliation or an avenging set. So let's look at this. We've got speed there. We have nothing in the armor. We could certainly use one of these shields. We could certainly use one of these helmets. So there's boots, shield, helmet, and then, I mean, weapon. That's the weapon right there. You know what? We're going to go with a retaliation set. I don't know that I've ever used a retaliation set on purpose. But she's not a bad candidate. And these pieces are kind of fitting for her. She's not going to have a ton of accuracy, again. Which is really unfortunate. But I think I would rather have her stay alive and offer support than be guaranteed to freeze. Because, you know, we are going to be in the lower levels of the dungeons, so we don't need... We're not counting on the freezes so hard. But I do want the continuous heals. I do want this skill to work frequently, so... Or you know, I want her to be able to use it. I want her to be around to use it, is what I'm trying to say, so... I think I would rather... make her tankier. And just feel grateful when we get a freeze. So I guess we're going this. So let me roll these up and I'll be back. Okay, so now we've rolled everything up. We got more speed on her actually than we meant to. We got a couple of rolls. The accuracy didn't go up quite as high as I'd hoped. We did get lucky with the rolls. We got a few accuracy, but that's what she's looking like. She's pretty tanky. She's got decent accuracy for the earlier dungeons. Here's Venus. Venus has not changed. I just put the amulet on her. that has some defense, some accuracy, and some other stuff like that. We've got Duchess, who looks like this. She looks like she will be fine. I don't think she's going to have too much trouble staying alive. And obviously, once all these champions get ascended, you know, their base stats are going to go up quite a bit. And then, of course, 6-starred, they're also going to go up. Here's our Cupidus. Pretty happy with him. We didn't really focus on crit damage, but we got the crit rate up a bit, so he will crit pretty frequently. He's got decent attack and a pretty good amount of accuracy to land the HP burns. And then, of course, we've got our miscreated monster, who we were able to make pretty deadgum tanky. So I think this team is going to do well. Now is the moment of truth. We get to find out if everything we've just done was worth it or if it was a waste of time. So let's take a look. We are currently on stage 12. Stage 11 was 1:20, so let's see what we can do here on stage 12. Now they were running Alton, Kale, Bellower. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. If this team does, if this team can clear what the last team could not. I didn't do that. I wanted you. I wanted you. I want you, and I want you. So let's see what this looks like. I'm expecting good things here. Speed is a little out of whack. I thought I had Venus faster than Cupidus, but I guess at some point last minute I stuck some speed onto Cupidus, or I just miscalculated. I wanted I wanted Venus faster than Cupidus. Which she is. Someone's giving him a turn. I must have misread someone's skill. Someone's giving him the turn. Which is annoying. Is that a positioning thing? Could I change that with positioning? So Cupidus is gone. Duchess can bring him back though, which is something we counted on. Part of why she's here. That is such a good revive, man. Good grief. It is so strong. Oh, I was hoping y'all were going to hit a little bit harder than that. I wonder if Venus's HP lead would be more beneficial. I think no. I think speed is pretty crucial here. Look at all those buffs. She's so good. I want a Duchess so bad. There's so much to play with in this account. I don't know why I have it in my head, and I've had it in my head for a while that the dragon does more damage as his health goes down. Okay, so we're gonna clear, and it's about a 2.5 minute time. That's not bad. It would probably be a little bit faster if Cupidus would stop getting the turn before Venus. If she could set him up, that would probably be better. So let's take a look at that real quick and see. Because he's at 142. Oh, he is faster than her. So I did just miscalculate. Okay. So we need to find a little more speed on her then. Which we could do. That's 10 more speed. That would be enough. Okay, let's 16 these boots real quick, and that'll be that. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I don't know. I'll be back. Okay, now we're at 150. Now we're faster. So maybe let me make sure, because I feel like shield buff. So she's not doing anything. That was giving him a turn. I don't know why I felt like I saw that someone. Fills this champion's turn meter. I guess I was just not seeing what was happening correctly. Okay, let's try that same run again. Let's try the same run again. We cleared it, so either way it was a win, but I want to see if they do it a little bit faster. Now that I'm not being goofy with the speed. See, there we go. That's more like it. Got one of them out of the way immediately. Yeah, see, now I don't think he's going to have any trouble surviving. We don't have to wait on the revive. He's going to use his first skill here, so he's probably about to kill everybody. Or close, anyway. Yeah, I think this is going to go better. What a fun little team, man. There's so much fun to do in this account. We're going to try this exact team in Ice Golem too. I just want to see if it works. We could probably run them through Minotaur. I think this is going to be a pretty good team. Pretty diverse team. Probably not in Spider. Although, there's a lot going on here. Definitely not the later stages of Spider, but maybe the earlier ones. Although you do have double Cold Heart. It didn't like Spiders, you know, you're going to be able to do Spider eventually. And you have Royal Guard. When it's time to do Spider, I think you'll be alright. Man, if we had just a little bit more damage, we could have... Oh, we're going to avoid the stuns anyway because of Duchess. She's so good. Cupidus is... I think she's getting those extra turns because of Cupidus. Alright, so now we're down to slightly over a 2-minute time. So we shaved about 30 seconds off the run. Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that, folks. Okay. Alright, so we might as well see what they do here. See how far we can push it. Alright, he can't one-shot anymore. But again, this is nobody's ascended. This is no masteries. This is level 12 gear. I think this team is going to be pretty safe for a... I mean, this is potentially your 20 team until you start getting the crazy gear and it's time to start working on speed running. I think this is going to be a pretty handy team to have for a while. And over time, as you get your hands on better stuff, you can start to put... You can try different things like Cupidus on a stun set. You know, you can spread out some crowd control sets here. You could put Miscreated Monster on a taunting set. You know, you have options here as you start to get your hands on more gear. And I mean, like we just saw, Cupidus got taken out, but it doesn't matter because Duchess is here, and she's a problem for the enemy team. So we're still getting to the dragon in barely over a minute with this team. I think we can take these hits. I think we're good. I guess we'll find out shortly. This might hurt. All right, Venus, get that defense break back up. All right, I think they're going to win this, but I think this will be kind of where they cap off for now. But again, most of them are not ascended. It's level 12, 3 and 4 star gear for the most part. You know, they don't even... Only Venus has the amulet right now. They don't have masteries. I think this is a team you can probably hang on to for a while. So we're going to go see what they can do in Minotaur. We're going to go see what they can do in Ice Golem. And then... Oof. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do next. Ooh, okay, that was nasty. That happens to me in Ice Golem occasionally too. I don't know where that heavy damage comes out of nowhere, but again, I still think this is the team. We cleared the last stage for the first time, and then here, like I said, we've got nobody's ascended, and nobody has masteries. So I still think that's the team. I think you can put some stock in that team and use it for a while. Let's shift over to Ice Golem and see what they can do there. Frostbringer, Alton. Yeah, let's try same team, see how diverse they really are, and then we're gonna see what they can do in Minotaur. Because it's going to be important for you to get a Minotaur team established. Go ahead and get 4 champs maxed out so that you can go ahead and start swapping in the new champ to work scrolls on. So let's see what this team can do here, and then we're going to head over to Ice Golem with them. Ice Golem is a really tricky, aggravating dungeon. I've been trying to tweak my team on my own account, and it's just, there's so many. Boom. Ooh, that boy be hitting. All right, minute 50, not bad. I'm gonna just keep running through these real quick and see how far we go. I'll be back when we fail. All right, here we are. We are in Minotaur 15, and they are about to finish it up. And it is really not that long of a run when you consider where the account's at and what we're doing it with. Barely over 4-minute run. It's a pretty bumpy run, but with the way that we've set it up, the fact that Duchess can hang on the way she can, I think it's going to be a pretty regular team. They did it on full auto. I never touched anything. And again, there are no 6-star champs here. Only one of them is ascended to any extent, and it's mostly 3- and 4-star gear, all at level 12, with no masteries on any of them. So I think I think we're in pretty good shape. I think this team is going to do well for you pretty much anywhere you want to take them. Any potion dungeon, they should be 100% fine to do whatever you need them to do. They can do Minotaur 15. We have bumped up in Dragon. We know for sure they can at least do 12. I have not tried to bump them up further than that. But 12 is what we know they can do. And then again with Ice Golem, we know now that you can do 10. I have not tried to bump up to 11 or anything. If you want to try to bump it a little further than that, you can. Now Fire Knight and Spider we're not going to worry about right now. It's a little bit early in the game to really worry about those dungeons, but the fact that you now have unlocked Minotaur 15 is huge for you. You can now begin your long, brutal Minotaur grind, get your 4 champs maxed, or get these 5 champs maxed, and then start swapping out a champ. And you know, you can begin the mastery grind on each individual champ. So the PvE side of the game, as far as dungeons are concerned, I think we've pretty much sorted out. And we were fortunate enough to do it with really only about 5 million silver and using the same champs in those places for everywhere you need to be right now. So I think that's a pretty good place to stop this episode. This was a pretty long episode. I hope that you guys got a kick out of this one. I hope it was fun for you to watch me work with these champs. Again, I'm just blown away at everything that this account has at its disposal. There are so many different ways that we could have approached this and done this. There's just so much fun stuff to play here, but what I would suggest that you do is stop summoning for a little bit. You have way too much to work on. You need to stop pulling shards for a little bit. And I know that's fun, and I know that it's especially fun for you because you keep pulling crazy champs. But you have way too much to do. You've got enough to keep yourself busy for a few months at least. So I'm not telling you that you can't pop shards. I'm just saying the more that you pull, the more you're going to want to spread yourself thin. So I would focus on getting definitely the 5 champs that are part of the team I just put together. Work on getting them built. And then in the next episode, we're going to talk a little bit about some arena offense so that you can start farming up that Great Hall and take a look at some clan boss options. So again, that's it. I hope you guys got a kick out of this. I'm having a really good time with this series. Thank you guys so much for all the support and interest you've shown. And I'm going to do my best to knock out as many of y'all's accounts as I can. So again, thank you, all my patrons. Much appreciated. Everybody that subscribes and watches. I really do appreciate all the support. That's going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.